ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to all the excited gamers of college out there to the Esportz Premier Series Qualifier number 3. Right now, powered by Helen G Drink and brought to you by Josh App. I'm your cast Captain W, and with me joining the desk is CCV, and looks like we have some insane matches lined up today. The entire chat is firing up, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be fire setting on my chair as well today.
Absolutely. Looking at the teams that are participating, looking at the matches in front of us, I mean, excitement would be an understatement. These matches are surely going to blow the roof. And for that reason, again, thoroughly good moods all around for all the viewers, for all the teams as well, and for, of course, for the both of us as well. So keeping that in mind, we'll jump into the matches in just a little while. Before that, let's have a quick recap of the entire format of these qualifiers, because it takes a bit of time for, to go from 64 teams all the way down to one winner. So let's bring the format on screens. We started off on the 10th of June with our round of 64s. We had plenty of games each and every single day, 3 days of round of 64s. Currently, we are at the final play day of round of 32s. Now, 16 teams entered the round of 32s. Only 8 will be moving on to the round of 16s. That's what makes it exciting. Half of them will be eliminated after today. Then we have our round of 16s. Yet again, the final stage where teams will be competing in this best of one format, where you only get one chance to prove yourselves, and if you lose that match, well, unfortunately, you're out of the qualifiers. Moving into phase 2, however, you get a bit more leeway for yourself. We have best of 3 starting off, and even in the semi-finals, which only 4 teams will be there, we have best of 5s. As soon as you move away from the semi-finals, if you win, well, first of all, you're in the grand finals. Oh boy, you're only one best of 5 away from securing a spot in the major LAN event. Even if you lose in the semi-finals, you can still participate. Try to go for that final LAN spot in the 4th qualifier, but you can play the best of 5 consolation match that will be held on the 23rd of June. If you win that, you will be securing a 20,000 cash prize for your team. So again, if you move into phase 2, if your team makes it into semi-finals, things are looking quite merry for you. However, we still have a few more games, and these teams still have a few more hurdles to climb through before we head into those best of 5s and best of 3s. And for that reason, well, we have round of 32s right now.
Yes, actually, it is the last year of round of 32, and I guess it's ending with an action. We have 2 of the interesting teams lined up today. Well, of course, we have Velocity Gaming coming after a really huge strike. I mean, they took their enough sweet time to get the roster prepared, and now they're back stronger and this time bolder. I don't think any team will be getting the chance to strike Velocity Gaming down, especially in qualifier number 3. Well, this was quite an unexpected entry. And we also have Enigma Gaming as the last match of the day. They'll be facing off Demigods. And before we even go into the schedule of today, why don't we just quickly recap yesterday's schedule? We had an amazing matches yesterday as well, starting off with Force One Esports versus Gutsy Gang, where Force One whitewashed Gutsy Gang 13-0. And we had Team T69 versus DGP, where T69 absolutely shut DGP down. And right now, we'll be looking at today's matches. We have Velocity Gaming versus Seven Sins as the first match of the day, and we have REBELLIOUS in second and Enigma in the third. Well, 3 of the interesting matches today and 3 of elite teams will be playing right now. And I guess the entire audience is just waiting for that one opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Velocity Gaming, I mean, again, the entire spotlight of South Asian Valorant is on them right now because of the roster changes they've just announced a few hours ago. But more importantly, I've been seeing, Velocity Gaming in other tournaments more recently as well, with or without their roster changes. They have been performing good, but they certainly can, be better. And I think part of that has to be because their roster just isn't completely synergized when you compare it to the rosters of, say, teams such as Global Esports, Godlike, and, well, even Samurai Esports. So for that reason, yet again, they are still one of the top teams in India. 7 since their previous matchup that we showed on the map of Haven against Right to Gaming, I believe 2 days back. That was an insane bout.
Yeah.
However, now they have to prove themselves even further. They made a comeback victory against Right to Gaming, 13-11. It was the map of Haven, but right now they are arguably against one of the best teams in India. So they really have to step on the gas. They really have to go full speed into this matchup. There can be no compromises whatsoever. Just head straight in, try to attack Velocity Gaming when they are, a bit weak because of these roster changes. However, I think the community vote is just going to most likely be in favor of Velocity Gaming. I don't think 7 Sins have a lot of support right now.
Yeah.
But yet again, this is where they can prove all of us wrong and, eliminate Velocity Gaming in the round of 32s.
Well, it's actually the first time that Velocity Gaming has even walked into Esports Premier Series. They haven't participated in the first two qualifiers. They were having some personally hard time, but they came down in the qualifier number 3. And trust me when I say this, when they come back stronger and bolder. I'm not sure if Velocity Gaming is going to give them a chance. But yeah, 7 Sins, according to their performance, as you told in the previous games, I feel like they might have a chance. They might put out a good competition, but according to my predictions, I wouldn't say prediction. I know it might sound harsh, but I would say it's like a fact. It's a fact that Velocity Gaming will be walking away with the win. But yeah, not much to be, I don't mean to offend anyone. It was just a fact that I've been, casting Velocity Gaming since the very June from the last year, and it took me a lot of time to put trust in them. Even when they had the hard time, they got regrouped, and they built the house with love in every brick, like with love and trust and support, and of course talent and skills. We have I think we have
Absolutely.
India's all the best talents in one team. It's like all the attracted people in one team, with of course MW1 being the new addition to the roster. It's going to shake the team up, and it's going to tear the opponents very well. As we actually got the information as well, the first match of the Velocity Gaming versus 7 Cents will be happening in the map of Icebox. It's quite a favorite map of mine. And talking about the agent
Yeah.
picks, of course, Team Velocity will be starting off at the defender side. And what are you thinking about the agent picks after the recent change to the rosters of Velocity Gaming? Who do you think will be mostly picking up the duelists and controllers?
I think even though they just announced MW1 being in their roster, I think for now it's going to be their standard roster, the one we've been seeing for the past week or so, with Marzil being the newest recruit. Keeping that in mind, map of Icebox, Velocity Gaming are probably going to be playing the European standard. One duelist, that's going to be
Yeah.
Marzil playing the Jet. You then probably have Vibhor playing the Killjoy, the Sage will be brought out, and then most likely the Viper is the only controller, because again, Viper, it is her map. More importantly,
Yeah.
looking at the history of Velocity Gaming, I think a week ago, on the 9th of June, they played a best of 5 against Godlike Gaming, and I had the opportunity to cast
Yeah.
that, and my god, it went
I
the
have seen
entire
that
9
match.
yards. That was insane. And when they played Icebox back then, they got a 13-1 victory. Now the question is, are they going to get a 13-1 victory right now? Well, let's wait and
I
watch.
don't
Let's go to
think
the agent draft
so.
screen.
I don't think that they'll be getting a 13-1. I would rather say 13-0. Does that count? Does that count? I mean, not to brag, but I think everybody is so happy and excited to have Velocity Gaming back, with Right to Ace leading the roster as an IGL, and we have Bibber back. Okay, oh my god, to my surprise, it's actually true that MW1 will be playing in the
Yeah.
roster. He will be playing the Jet, and I am not at all surprised that MW1 is playing today with Jet. with the addition of new players like Mazel and MW1, it only strengthens the team because we have more duelist players right now. Amaterasu is a duelist, MW1 is a duelist, Mazel is a duelist. Unfortunately, Mazel won't be playing today. Instead, Health has picked up Viper. Interestingly, we have Sway playing from Seven Sins. Wow, I didn't know that Sway belonged to Seven Sins. I thought she was not really playing in that team, but I'm quite surprised. And Sway, trust me, she's one of the deadliest Viper player in Icebox. I mean, I would say I saw her playing the other tournaments where she was representing India, almost representing India. And the map she played Viper on Icebox, it went crazy with just the abilities of Viper. She entirely shut them down. Also, for a fact, we'll be saying actually a Velocity versus Velocity Sway being a content creator for Velocity Gaming. It's going to be quite interesting to be watching. As let's have a look at the Seven Sins roster. Why don't you walk through that?
Theirs is a more of a North American composition. You can see two duelists. You have Mind F playing the Reyna, and then you have Fuse playing the Jet, alongside Rude Wow playing the Sova, one Sentinel, and then of course, like you mentioned, Sway on the controller, which is going to be Viper. So this is a very European standard against a very North American standard. More importantly, for all the Velocity fans, this is most likely the first time you will be watching MW1 be playing in that roster. So again, a lot of excitement right now, as it looks like there is a bit of a technical issue. We may just be rehosting the lobby, but apart from that, no matter what happens, still plenty to talk about in this game. The new roster, whether it is going to be the side of Seven Sins as well, who have to prove their worth against Velocity Gaming. How exactly is MW1 going to perform? But more importantly, I think one of my factors is that not just that best of 5 that Velocity played against Godlike Gaming. In terms of how recent Valorant matches are, a week old match, that's still a pretty old game. Day before yesterday, on the 13th of June, Velocity played the best of 5 against Global Esports in another tournament. Icebox, which is arguably Global's best map,
Yes,
Velocity ended up
best.
defeating them 13-3. Before that as well, I think on the 12th of June, they defeated the Academy roster of ROG Gaming. So it's been like a week. All of the games that Velocity have played on the map of Icebox, they've ended up winning 13 3s, 13 1s, 13 7s, etc. etc. More importantly, in all 3 of those games, Velocity Gaming have had a 100% pistol round win rate. They haven't dropped a single
Wow,
pistol round, whether it is on
that's
attack or on
impressive.
defense. Exactly, and heading into this game right now, well, Seven Sins, you better start firing since round 1, otherwise you're going to be at a significant disadvantage, and that is the biggest factor. I just love pistol rounds personally, and seeing that Velocity Gaming have such a strong statistic on them means that most likely they will end up winning them, but all the more reason for Seven Sins to surprise us, and all the more reason for all of them to show that, they can also be one of the best teams in South Asia.
Well, interestingly, I feel like Seven Sins also have brought down the best lineup. They have bringing down Sway was one of the best things that they could do, especially in the map of Icebox. Everybody knows for a fact that how toxic can this girl be when it comes down to the map of Icebox. I mean, as an agent, I'm speaking. I was speaking about the Viper guys. So yeah, I feel like Sway will put out a good match, and I'm really proud of her be playing. And she's not only representing Seven Sins, I would say she's also representing a part of the female community, a part of female gamers being pushed to normal tournaments. Let's just normalize females playing all the new things, and I'm happy. I'm happy for Sway, and all the best for Sway. And of course, I would say all the best for Seven Sins and Velocity Gaming. Luck has always been favoring them. Sometimes they had hard times, but I'm pretty sure that they will bounce back stronger. And yet they did actually, due to some small technical issues. We have restart the lobby, and we'll be back to the match anytime soon. And talking about the lineup of what Seven Sins have bought, Cicely, I do you think that it can strike, or does it balance out against Velocity Gaming, who went out for a single duelist setup?
The fact that Seven Sins have started out on attack means that I think they have in mind what they want to do. You know, like you mentioned, Swiss playing the Viper, arguably, again, one of the most influential agents on Valorant because of her toxic screens, because of the poison clouds, and of course the snake bites as well. So with all of that being said and done, yes, I think Reyna and Jet is going to be fine. All I need to see are the duelists just performing normally, what you would expect from someone such as MW1 or Marzil in the side of Velocity Gaming. Yesterday we saw that one duelist can be a bit of harmful to your team if it does not happen, like it can backfire at times. You know, yesterday's game which took place between Reckoning Esports and Union Gaming, on the side of Reckoning, Jiren was playing the Jet and he was the only person playing the duelist. There was no one else on the side of Reckoning who had picked the duelist. So whenever Jiren was the opening pick or one of the opening two casualties, there was a lot of pressure on the other members of Reckoning to try and get those kills, to try and execute onto the bomb site, because without your dive operator, without your Jet, your Reyna, your Raze, your Yoru, your Phoenix, etc., things can get difficult. And this is where for the side of MW1 he needs to shine, he needs to put on a good performance. Arguably there is no doubt the other members of Velocity Gaming can frag, everyone in that team can get kills irrespective of what agent they play, what role they play, past performances, etc, etc. Just the thing is, if MW1 strikes, his role is to strike. You know, if you have a Jet opening into the bomb site, that's good because that's well Jet's role. Meanwhile, if you have someone like Omen, Brimstone, Viper, they already have to take care about the snake bites, the poison clouds, their smokes, etc, etc. So fragging won't be their best foot forward. So for that reason, MW1, he has to be on, well, like I said, his best foot forward, fragging right out of the gate, and the same applies to both of the fraggers on the side of Seven Sins as well. No denying that whatsoever. And I'm getting confirmation that the game is about to start within 30 seconds. So everyone, buckle in your seat belts. Yet again, this is going to be the first time we'll be seeing MW1 starting with the pistol round.
Yep. Well, MW1, I think this new addition to the roster, let's see how far can he make his team stand on the feet, or maybe, you know, let the team fly as well. As we move down to the pistol round, Velocity Gaming starting off on the defense and Seven Sins on the attacking. I feel like Seven Sins will be starting off with a great start, and there you go, MW1 putting out the account into the first place. MW1 will be getting that opening frag on towards Seven Sins, and that's a double kill already. Alpha's way too ahead, pushed up to the B mains, and now he's trying to get a frag over towards the B mains. MW1 gets another one, that's double kill. 70 HP left. This new guy is setting fire out right there. Right to Ace gets one. That puts the last man into a 1 versus 5 situation, and that is a Mind F who gets a frag on towards right ways and is pushing towards the kitchen, and he might be spotting Hellfighter out there, and there you go, Wilbur for the trade will be taking him down, and that is the first round going into the favor of Velocity Gaming.
The first round that MW1 plays in an official tournament for Velocity Gaming, and he ends up getting 3 kills. Man, alright, okay. If this is the benchmark he's setting, boy oh boy, he needs to start getting a lot more aces and all. And everyone on Seven Sins, well, they better be worried, because again, like I said earlier, Velocity Gaming, their first 3 endeavors against the top teams in India when they play the map of Icebox, 100% pistol win rate, and that's not going to change anytime soon. They get the pistol round. Out of 9 rounds, they won all 9 of them. We are now going to move into the anti-ego coming from VLT. Spectres and, you know, full armor on board. All the attackers are ready to execute onto towards the B side. They're just waiting for the toxic screen from health to disappear. But now there goes the snake bite, and yeah, yet again the attackers are pushed back. Now they're looking on other avenues to execute. You can see Jet and Reyna. I was about to mention Mind F pushing towards A. You still have Jet towards A, who is about to meet up against MW1 and right to Ace playing the Sova. Meanwhile, towards the B bomb side, you have a lot of action going on as well. Peeking white, spots the Sova, easy kill, looking for more, gets 1, gets 2, but that's about it, as Helif is there to follow through. And before you know it, the only person surviving is going to be Fuse, not for long. Vibho closed out the round previously, closes out the round right now as well.
Yeah, that was a beautiful second round coming on board for Velocity Gaming with the Spectres right to Ace getting multiple kills over towards the B mains, and absolutely that was a round where Seven Sins they couldn't have done much. Amaterasu getting a double kill. Oh, did you notice when the first time we had the draft screen, it was actually, oh, never mind, it was Right Away playing the Sova currently and Amaterasu on the Sage. It's quite surprising to see Amaterasu playing the Sage. But yeah, I'm not entirely surprised as MW1 has already picked up an operator, if I'm not wrong, in the third round itself. Now, this might be concerning me a little bit as Velocity Gaming. It's an SMG round for them. They will not be upgrading to the big guns, where on the other hand, 7sins is trying to get a round over towards the image right now. With the alarm bot getting triggered, I guess beautiful defense setup has been put down by Velocity Gaming. 7sins, they're trying to go in for the pick over towards the A-bomb side, and I guess Sway is trying to get a frag, and so is MindF. Well, Right Away already gets frag on towards MindF. The important kill has been taken down. The duelist has been taken down, and Fuse, you have to look behind you, man. Vibber is always taking down the sneaky position. Sway gets one, Sway gets traded. Vibber gets a triple kill to his hand, putting down the last player down. That was the third round on board for Velocity Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. That was a full buy round for 7sins, by the way.
Look, this is the European standard really in full effect. Towards the A-bomb side, you had Vibho playing the Killjoy, a Sentinel, and then you had Amaterasu playing the Sage as well. And the stopping power these two agents have just on their own, not to mention Right to Ace on the Sova as well. I mean, my oh my, can they really just halt a push down from the attackers? And that's exactly what happened. 7sins, they got a lot of map control towards the belt area of A. They were just right outside, towards the outskirts of the bomb site from where the spike could be planted. But unfortunately, entry was denied time and time again, thanks to the triple kill from Velocity Gaming, more specifically. And because of that, nothing could happen. It's Fuse. Oh, wow. That's a nice shot. That's a nice headshot with the Sheriff. Surely one that's going to be going on the highlight reel for him. As the scores, the man count has been equalized. Velocity Gaming, they are down Hellfighter. Meanwhile, 7sins, they are down Suva. And unfortunately, at the moment, for 7sins, things are looking good. But yet again, you can see the rotations have come through. Amaterasu, Vibho, they are holding towards the A-bomb side. They've got Right to Ace as well. And yet again, the same problem could happen. Most likely is that their push could be slowed down. You can see how far progress MindF has made with the Sheriff. This is exact position he was in the previous round, but after that he was denied entry. Juzo, he tried to do the same. He tried to execute, but guess what? Denied yet again, as looks like all of the kills are going in favor of VLT. You've got the two fraggers to their side. MindF right here, wins that duel as he is quickly traded out by Right to Ace, and the only person surviving, well, it's going to be Jet pushing in towards Kitchen.
Yep. Well, interestingly, I feel like Amaterasu is trying to look over towards the mid, and yep, he will be dropping down to the bomb site, and he already has the resurrection. It's a 1v3 situation, so I don't feel the need to be a player, and there you go, Fuse will be getting spotted out. Right to Ace is always looking for the enemy who's gonna go ahead and take down the last player standing down. That's 4th round on board for Velocity Gaming. On 7sins with 0, absolutely, they're trying to get the competition equal between Velocity Gaming and their team. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. We have Right to Ace with 7 kills, Vibho with 5, Amaterasu with 4, and MW1 has been holding that operator since the 3rd round. Coming in from the side of 7sins, we have MindF with 2 kills and Sway with 2 kills. Well, Sway, I know she's one of the strongest Viper players in the country, I would say, to be honest. And with her performance, she can do wonders. And I guess with the Antis Fury coming in, Right to Ace might be getting a kill or two. That is just insane, Right to Ace. What has he done right now?
Alright, Health right there destroys the recon board. Amaterasu beside him. No. It looks like 7sins, unfortunately, they've lost this round. Health lands another nice headshot as Amaterasu is pushing forward. You do have Rude Wow, but yeah, he doesn't live longer. Man, round number 1, MW1 got a triple kill. Round number 2, I think it was Vibhor who got a triple kill. Round 4, Amaterasu. Round 4, Right to Ace. Round 5, Right to Ace. So many triple kills. Man, Velocity Gaming, I think the entire boot camp has plenty of cans of Hell Energy drink right now. As if, if any of our viewers, you also want to gather some Hell Energy drinks, perform like your favorite players and, just end up getting triple kills and 4Ks and aces. Well, make sure, you grab them, you buy them, you use them, and you energize yourself. And the meanwhile, it's going to be 7 Sins needing a huge revival of energy. MW1 playing quite aggressively, misses this shot, so he needs to retreat back because the attackers are mounting the pressure. He still has the support of his operator and of Vibho as well. The attackers are not wasting any time. They want to execute. Fuse gets 1 kill, immediately traded out. The Vipers was there, the Poison Cloud, sorry. As now the members of 7 Sins, they'll be looking to plant the spike. However, the resurrection is here. The Viper split also in place. And right now, Vibho, oh, he loses the gunfight. Juzo as well. Mind F gets the headshot. And oh god, Amaterasu right now stuck with 1v3, and now he's the only person surviving. Amaterasu, he gets one. Hellfighter was also there, and well, that 2v3 converted into a 2v0 real quick. Okay, Velocity Gaming, they've showed that no matter what happens, they can just make a comeback towards whatever takes place. So that was another post-plant scenario. I think one of the first post-plant scenarios which could have gone in favor of 7 Sins, but they weren't even able to plant the spike. Hence, the term post-plant not really being useful. But yeah, still, they had site control. Unfortunately, they just could not capitalize on that scenario.
True. And I feel like, 7 Sins, despite of having beautiful entries on towards the side, I guess it's all making sense when they came down to the particular aggression and they couldn't make it further the bar line over there. And look at Whip playing a beautiful position over towards the A nest. He's trying to get as many as kills as possible. Will be getting spotted out by the recon, but not a problem. We have Hellfighter who's covered up for Sway, is going to be taking him down. Rude Wolf immediately trading on towards Hellfighter. A 3v2 situation. Juzo immediately pressing Sway, and I guess MW1 will take Rude Wolf down, but Juzo coming in for the immediate trade over there. I feel like it's down to a 2v2 situation. And do you think 7 Sins finally might have a chance? I really feel like both the stages being alive, all the heals, all the resurrections can come into play. And look at Weber being so not welcoming about Juzo over there. And Sway is all left by herself in a 1v2, and she won't be expecting Amaterasu coming from behind her. Amaterasu, better aim or a better gun? There you go. Doesn't really matter. It's gonna take down Sway anyway. That's the 7th round on board for Velocity Gaming, and that was quite a close one for 7 Sins to be getting that round against Velocity.
Yeah, my thing was Vibho could have used his Killjoy lockdown, but he didn't even have the need of doing so, since he got a very quick kill onto, I believe that was Juzo, after planting the spike. He just got him off guard. But yeah, unfortunate for 7 Sins. I think every single round they've committed 1 sin at the very least, and that's why Velocity have 7 rounds on board. And yeah, they'll be taking a quick and a much needed timeout, because they need to go over what needs to happen. 1 minute, it may not seem like much, however, a lot of discussions can be made. Your attacker, your IGL, he can talk things through. Most likely, I think at the moment, the major talk is going to be 7 Sins not winning their duels. We'll be showing player cards very soon. And again, I think the major, yeah, there it is, Jet versus Jet. You look at MW1, 5 kills on board, yet again, not the most fragging person when it comes to Velocity Gaming. That would be either Vibho or Right to Ace. But yeah, Fuse as well. His KD is the major problem. Only 2 kills, and he has died in all 7 of the rounds. And that's why, because of the fact that 7 Sins on their attack, they cannot seem to get the ball rolling. Unfortunately, their follow-throughs, the entire executions just seem to fumble, and they just seem to collapse.
Well, I completely agree with you on that fact, and I guess 7 Sins have to work on their attacking side a little better. And to be honest, Icebox being an attacking setup, oh my god, look at those cute penguins. They're actually distracting me. The snowman, the penguins. They're really cute. But yeah, putting that aside, I was saying that, Icebox is an attacking sided map, and 7 Sins having that advantage. They should pull out a round or 4 for them, because 4 rounds, even in the attacking side, is best. They might be able to do a comeback when they move down to the defender side. Well, Weber is already ready with the lockdown. He can put it anytime he wants, and the MindDef gets it on towards Hellfighter, and so does the lockdown. Will go as different days. Will be bringing out that Killjoy's ultimate. But it doesn't really matter, you know. MindDef is gonna go ahead and grab another one, and I guess MindDef is in a big trouble. He might be getting taken down, and that's one player getting detailed. Spike has been planted down. It's a 2v3 situation. I'm pretty sure both of them will be having their ultimates coming in. Weber has Weber definitely has a turret coming in. The root bomb gets a triple, and it's down to the last man standing. Weber root bomb gets a triple, and that's the first round on board for 7sins. Finally, that was a 2v3 situation or a 2v4, and root bomb managed to get that round perfectly into Zans. It flew very beautifully after losing 7 rounds. Finally, 7sins executed a round which actually went into the favor. Despite of Weber putting that Killjoy's lockdown, it went into the favor of Velocity. I am quite surprised by that round.
And this is where MindDef is having a far better performance as an entry fragger than Fuse. MindDef has 6 kills. In the previous round, he got both of the opening kills. He dispatched 2 members of Velocity Gaming. And again, this is the importance of opening frags. As right now, oh, MW1 could have gotten a kill. But again, his initial shot misses, and right now, he has been killed, although his quick frag is right there. As Wibho is looking for more, he got a double in the previous round. He already has a double right now. Looking for any and all attackers, as speaking of the attackers, 7sins yet again, they have to retreat back, because look at the 2 people who have died on their side. Guess which agents they are? They are the Jet and they are the Reyna. They are the people who are supposed to be the first people, first agents, you know, making initial contact into the side. But since they have died, it's now down to the support players, and it's not their best of abilities to get kills and just push into the side. Sure, they can do it. Sure, Rudewau got an amazing triple kill in the previous round. However, he has more stuff to worry about. He's the person who is throwing recon bolts and owl drones as soon as the attackers are executing. His job is not the one of execution. So for that reason, yet again, 7sins, not the best people on board to pull off a 2v4, not to mention that they, well, it's a 2v4, they're down 2 people already. Oh, make that 1.
Mid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, looks like Juzo is not really inviting Amaterasu to be getting any more kills. That was a clean headshot onto the face, which again puts down in a 7sins in a 1 versus 3 situation. This time not really comforting and soothing, because Juzo is all left alone. All he needs is just the kill mode to be getting that resurrection available. With 6 seconds left on the clock, he'll be giving away sound on towards the A-bomb side. But little does he know that he has Weber over to his bomb side, and there you go. Weber is gonna pretty much end things with Juzo, putting 8th round on board for Velocity. That was a very sneaky play coming in from Weber. Also, I kind of miss Hellfighter playing the Killjoy, but at the same time, when Weber came back, I feel like Hellfighter and Weber can be a great coordination. They're also leaving out a lot of space, plenty of room for the improvement for the team as well, when the Sentinels and the controllers are being occupied by Weber and Hellfighter.
Alright, right now, it is going to be round number 10. You know, we are hitting double digits. Velocity Gaming may also be looking to hit double digits anytime soon. Vibho, the only person with double digit kills right now, sitting on 13 kills quite comfortably, looking to get kills. However, right now, this is amazing from Fuse. This can really have a big payoff, but he's pushing deeper into the CT spawn. What he doesn't realize is Amaterasu is present there. Amaterasu, he gets 1 kill, but he has quickly been dispatched as Hellfighter is there from behind, trying to land those traps. But he has the Phantom, not the Vandal. He's still looking for more. To his aid, you still have right to ace and MW1. The spike is only now going to go down, but Hellfighter is in perfect position to try and get some kills. He gets 1, and that's about it. 7sins are looking strong, and you love to see it. They need to put up a few rounds on board. They are desperate for this win, and it shows. In the meanwhile, speaking of Velocity Gaming, MW1 and right to ace. Well, now it's just MW1 needs to pull off a 1v3. If he does this, his name goes in the history books if it won't go already. He's peeking wide. He spots 2 people, one towards yellow, one towards boxes. He peeks wide. Nothing just yet as the stage bunny hops over, trying to land the shots, but it's going to be MW1 with the first kill. He's still looking for more. I am not sure what happened with Sway back there. He is looking to defuse the spike. It's gone halfway. Operator in hand, but mindful with an insane headshot. Looks like Sway unfortunately has disconnected or something. However, still, 7sins they get their second round on board.
Well, finally, after losing out on 8 rounds, 7 Sins finally comes down to that point where they are ready to strike against Velocity and they'll be walking away with second round on board. Which also reminds me that it's just the last 2 rounds left in the first half for this game. And I'm pretty sure that 7 Sins are looking to get more and more rounds. And if there's one thing that I would like to particularly talk about Velocity Gaming, is that they have been playing so far very well. But 7 Sins, they have got the rounds where the number of man standing in for Velocity Gaming was like really low. It was a 1v1 situation and MW1 lost to it, and previously it was Weber who was trying to put that defuse onto the spike, and we have both the sages on head to head, Amaterasu with 10 kills and Juzo with 6. Looks like both of the sages are having a really good time and a really good fight against each other.
Yeah, everyone is putting on good performances. From Seven Sins more recently, we can see that their players are going for a lot more kills. I think it's just Fuse who hasn't really gotten a lot of kills, with the exception of the previous round. It is mainly MindF who has been getting a lot of kills on board, and I think who is top fragging for Seven Sins right now. Yeah, he is with 8 kills. You have Fuse with half of that, Sway with 2 kills. And on the side of Velocity Gaming, yeah, Vibho, okay, 14, right to his Amaterasu, 10, 10, Hellfighter with 8, MW1 with 7 as well. But yeah, I gotta say that at the moment, yeah, MW1 not the best performances. However, everyone keep in mind, again, his first game right now, first official game right now with Velocity Gaming. So again, it's going to take a little while before you see him at the top of the scoreboard. However, most likely we will be seeing him at the top of the scoreboard in quite some time. But in the meanwhile, I think right now it is going to be 7 Sins who I'd like to see on the top of the scoreboard. But yeah, Velocity Gaming, a very dominating performance. If any of our viewers, you aren't aware, keep in mind these are just best of ones, single elimination at the moment, do or die. If you win this match, you move on to the round of 16s. You progress further into the qualifiers. If you lose these round of 16s, well, unfortunately, your journey will end right here. You will have one final chance in qualifier number 4 to try and get a spot in the final, in the LAN finale that will be taking place in December, where Global Esports and Godlike Esports have already secured a position. This is, of course, qualifier number 3, trying to see who is going to be, well, team number 3 who secures a spot. But yeah, right now, just a small technical pause, as it looks like Sway is having a bit of technical issue. She should be coming back as soon as possible. But yeah, a bit of time, and I think both the team captains will be looking to use this time, as usefully as possible. No, that's not the best adjective. As skillfully as possible to convey as much information to their players as they can, and to make sure that their team is on the right page. Whereas if all of our viewers, if you also have just a little bit of time in your life and you'd like to use it in a good manner, make sure you go ahead to the App Store and the Play Store, download the Josh app. Again, great short video content creation right there, barrel of laughs, as it looks like we are resuming with round number 11, another important round. 7 Sins, well, they've used up a lot of their credits to try and get this dub. They got it in the previous round.
Yes.
Can they do it right now?
Also, don't worry guys, if you missed this match, don't worry, we have all the highlights uploaded for you right on the Instagram of esports.in. So go ahead and follow them as we are back in the action. That is Rude War putting down the Hunter's Fury, doing a little damage to Velocity Gaming. I would say all the way got a healer. Amaterasu is ready with the heal and plans, and Amaterasu going in for a cheeky wall. MW1 coming in with the backstab. He gets one. He might be getting another one, but the spike, he was the one who is going to take MW1 down, as Juzo has to get the spike planted down. Or are they going in for a rotation right now? If they're going in for rotation, they should pretty much know that Vibor is also coming in for the backstab, and Vibor is not really a nice guy along with Amaterasu. They both can be deadly sometimes. As Vibor is peeking down towards the B mains, he gets one and he's looking for more. As he gets spotted, he gets Amaterasu gives the pickup. Juzo gets one on towards Vibor, putting it down to a 2v3 situation, and I guess 7 Sins. They have absolutely no other option but to go into the B mains as Hellfighter take him down. It's Juzo in a 1 versus 3 situation once again, and I guess this time he's on top, and he might not be actually fighting Hellfighter over there as he takes Hellfighter down. And we have a quicker resolution coming in from Amaterasu. Interestingly, I kind of feel like, in this 1v3, Juju might not have a huge advantage, as Amitraz is gonna pretty much end things for him, and Spike will drop down. That will put
Last round
for
in the
Velocity
half.
Gaming. Well, it's the last round in the first half, and looks like Velocity Gaming already having a crazy lead. Well, 7 since they've got an opportunity to prove themselves. All they need to do is just get this last round in the first half, so that at least they put out quite a good competition when the side switches and when they come down to the defender's side. And I feel like 7 Sins also have a very good defense lineup. They have Jet, Reina, both of them can play, give out each side for them, as Julius, Sova can play down in the mid or the Evo side. As Sage is always great for the kitchen walls, and Sway is always doing the good job with her lineups, as Fuse gets the entry this time. And MW1, he takes the healer down, and with healer going down, I don't think it's going to be easy for 7 Sins to be getting that down. What do you think? It looks like it's all a frag out game.
Deploying drone.
Yep, 7 Sins looks like, they only have Sway remaining right now, like 25 HP. Unfortunately, the Marshal in hand can do some damage, but in a scenario like this, under the side, right there in the crosshairs of the defenders, I don't think a lot is going to happen. In the previous round as well, Velocity Gaming, they just capitalized on all the mistakes of 7 Sins, as we see Hellfighter, one Viper dispatching another. And yeah, the previous round was far more better in terms of its strategical play, because there was one major mistake 7 Sins did, was not having a proper flank watch. And by flank watch, I don't mean just someone watching your back as all 5 people push a bomb site. I mean someone who is not with the entire push, someone who is kind of lurking, but he's also looking out for the back of his group, and that wasn't there. Someone at the bottom of A main, or perhaps towards mid, that would have been a more useful location. But yeah, in the previous round, it just allowed MW1 to sneak up as Jet, get 1 kill, and then he retreated back. So that was very, very good. Velocity Gaming, they read the execution from 7 Sins like a book. They knew to push behind, they knew to hold the bomb site, and they did everything perfectly. As now, this is where things get more interesting, because 7 Sins, you mentioned their 18 compositions being fine enough for the execution. It comes down personally for me more or less up to Velocity Gaming. For the past 3 games, for the past 9 pistol rounds they've played in official matches on Icebox, they haven't dropped a single one. Is this going to be the game? Is this going to be the pistol round that ends it all for them? MW1 pushing wide, he spots one. Wow! Nice headshot from Root. Wow. Amitraz is looking for more, but perhaps it is time that this B execute is laid to rest, because the people of Velocity they are trying to execute. They get 1 kill, one Sova gets rid of another. Spike is also going to be planted. Oh no, this may just be a success story after all, because now it is a post-plant scenario.
Yep, it's a post-plant scenario indeed, and look like Velocity Gaming have got the advantage. They got the Spike planted down, and everybody's playing defensively over towards the B mains, and the Spike is trying to get diffused. Although we have lineups coming in from Hellfighter, I don't think we should be worrying about anything. It's down to a 2v4 situation right now. Hellfighter is stuck right now. He's gonna be spotting out the Sage and the Space trying to get some cracks. She gets 1, gets hit shotted by Hellfighter. And that's the 11th round on board for Velocity Gaming. Just 1 more round and they will be on the match point. And 7 Sins, they're giving their best out right now. They are putting absolutely their best, and I guess Sway has been a really good part of it so far, and I want her to play more aggressively. Like every other map we see her playing aggressively, every other tournament. And speaking about Velocity Gaming, looks like their new roster, it's bringing them a lot of different things. Previously we didn't see Vibhar playing much on the competitive games, but I'm happy that Vibhar has come down in the main lineup right now alongside with MW1. And MW1 can be really dangerous sometimes and can be really fragile sometimes. Hellfighter already putting out the turret. He's gonna be getting a lot of information. Takes down almost a double kill over there, and there you go. That's a beautiful double kill. Hellfighter, he knows how to handle pressure. Well, I mean, he has been in the competitive scene for a while right now.
Yep, and you've got MW1 as well.
1 enemy remaining.
Another kill. Yep, nice easy shot. And this may just be the undoing of 7 Sins. You've got Sway as the final survivor against a horde of attackers, and well, it is going to be the win for the attacking side. It's going to be the win for the boys in red at Velocity Gaming. Things are really looking good for themselves. We can see that right now, Vibho 16 kills as a killjoy. My god. Yeah, you know, there are a few people who, even though they play Sentinels primarily, they can get a lot of kills. Vibho obviously comes to mind. Then you've got Amaterasu as well, who recently has started to play the role of the Sage. On the side of Force One Esports, you've got RVK, who we saw yesterday playing the Cypher, dropped a lot of kills. As Triple Marshall from 7 Sins, I don't know what strat this is with, but alright, you know, if you can pull it off, it doesn't look like they may be able to pull it off. The first person is gone. Velocity Gaming are mounting the pressure. These marshals right now, where it looks like the sheriffs are in town from Velocity Gaming. They are looking to push. Look at MW1. No fear in his eyes. And bullets shooting from his gun. 6 shots, get another kill. 7 Sins on the back right
remaining.
Oh. I mean, MW1 is pressing their W too hard right now. And I guess it's going to be MW1 pretty much closing out things for Velocity Gaming as well. He begins the round, he ends the round, he begins the match, he ends the match. He is the absolute, truly the entry fragger and the person to finish off things, as Velocity Gaming will be walking away with the victory. 13-2 is the score, and 7 Sins, unfortunately, with a huge scoreline, they will be walking away from this tournament. MW1, of course, being on top of the leaderboard with 16 kills, and Velocity Gaming are going to be your winners right now for this particular map, as they will be proceeding to the round of 16, which will begin tomorrow. If you don't want to miss any of the Velocity Gaming's matches, especially if you don't want to miss any kind of highlights, you should go ahead and follow us on our Instagram, that is esports.in, for all the live schedule updates and the results, and of course the highlights. I'm pretty sure that MW1 put quite a set of highlights today, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel Esports, and press on that bell notification so you don't miss a chance when we go live with the matches. And that was one hell of a first match. I've never been so hyped up about the first match in qualifier number 3.
Yeah, I gotta say that this first match was in exactly what I wanted, you know, even though it wasn't like two-sided, it wasn't like a fierce duel. Velocity Gaming, they're really showing optimistic signs of their team, and why shouldn't they? You know, again, like we have been seeing, like everyone has been saying for so long, one of, if not the best teams in India, and well, their performance shows as well. As we have a quick look at the MVP screen, again, their MVP screens, I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, you know, when it will be brought up, I think most likely it's going to be MW1, like you had said. He started off the game with a triple kill. He finished the game with a 4K. During the middle, he had a bit of slump. However, he still made sure things went in his favor. A KD of 1.8, 16 kills, and an average combat score of 313. Surely, as the only duelist on the side of Velocity Gaming right now, he did his job, and he did it extremely proficiently.
Well, we pretty much saw this coming through, as MW1 will be walking away with the MVP for this match. And mind if, and since you guys have put in your best efforts, and I hope you guys learn a lot of experience from this particular match, a lot to learn about from Velocity Gaming. Of course, I hope you guys will be working on your words, working on where the mistakes went wrong for you, and I'm hoping to see 7 Sins back in the qualifier number 4, especially Sway. With that said, Nana, we are done with the first match of the day, and that was a quick one, but I guess that was the interesting one as well. Before we quickly jump down to the second match, I guess we are good to go for a short break right now. And also a huge shout out to Hen Energy Drink, keeping all the casters and all the players with lot of energy that we need to be practicing and speaking about the game mentality. It's not an easy thing, guys. So yeah, and also a huge shout out to Josh Hop for sponsoring us, and of course esports.in for providing such a beautiful platform for all the gamers and for all the young talent to be represented. So I guess with that said, and we'll go for a short break, and we'll meet you right back here.
Yeah.
होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश, ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Welcome back everyone to Esports Premier Series presented by Josh app powered by Hell Energy Drink. This is of course the round of 32 of qualifier number 3, out of which it's going to be playday number 6. Now we've already gone through one match, but arguably there were a lot of factors into that match, a lot of amazing plays into that match. We just saw Velocity Gaming play against 7 Sins, and now as you can see below in the ticker, we'll be moving on with our next game, which is going to be Rebellious Gaming versus Insignia.
Yes, Rebellious versus Insignia. Let's have a quick look at the first match we had. That was Velocity versus 7 Sins. 13-2 was the score, and that was quite a very quick match. As you said, there wasn't a lot to talk about. As we come down to the second match of the day, it's Rebellious versus Insignia, which also eventually makes me feel that we will be having the third match very soon. That is Enigma Gaming versus Demigods. Well, we finished one of the most important matches, Velocity Gaming, and we have Enigma Gaming's match coming up. And of course, Rebellious Gaming, they're also very well known in the community. They are the new rising underdog team, and I wish all the very best for Rebellious Gaming and the opponent team to put out their best performance. Although I've been missing the close quarters matches, to be honest. Yesterday we did see an overtime match. That was one
Double
hell of a
overtime.
match. Reckoning, I didn't really expect that Reckoning will lose that match against Union Gaming, but unfortunately, Reckoning did lose against Union Gaming. Well, Reckoning, they had the advantage, man. 12-8 was the score when then the comeback started, and then that went to an overtime. And there was so much into the hands of Reckoning Gaming that they couldn't handle themselves. Although, for better or for worse, Reckoning Gaming has lost, and I mean, change is always good. They will be learning a lot of things from this tournament, and carrying away the experience like that in an overtime. I'm pretty sure they know what exactly to be done the next time they are put in a position like that. Especially, I'm expecting them to be coming back in the qualifier number 4. And Rudraj, with that set, and then I guess we are all set, ready to go into the second match.
Yeah, it's going to be Rebellious Gaming versus Insignia. You know, we just saw Insignia play against in Azuma, and that was on the map of Haven. A good performance from Insignia. I think particularly one thing I really liked about their playstyle was the fact that their dive player, their Jet. Unfortunately, I cannot for the life in me remember the name of that player. But yeah, that was an amazing play from that Jet. You know, just pushing into C long, pushing into A long, using the cloud burst to her advantage, and then picking up those opening frags. That is the exact property of a primary Jet or Raze main. That is exactly what I want to see right now as well. And I gotta say, right now it's not going to be the map of Haven. However, a map we are all too familiar with. It's going to be Icebox. It pains me, it excites me to say it once again. You know, it pains me because I'm going to be seeing Icebox yet again, the same time, 2 matches in a row. That's not my style. But it excites me to see Rebellious Gaming also play Icebox because they are going through their recent matches in other tournaments. They haven't played this map like recently, in the past like 2 weeks or so. So yeah, for me, it's going to be their first time on this map, and for the side of Insignia as well. And I want to see what both of these teams have to offer.
Yes. Well, I'm not pretty much sure about the lineup, the what I would say the raw lineup coming in from both of the teams. So far, I don't really have the knowledge about which players are playing. But once I get to see the Revadis Games lineup as well as their opponents, I might have a very good idea of what can be done. As Icebox, you said, the map is Icebox, and I'm expecting a single duelist lineup up again coming in for the attackers, because when you start off on the attacking, having a single duelist lineup can be very, very good, and it can break the strategies of the defend decided in the Icebox. Well, apart from that, I feel like Viper has become one of the best picks in Icebox. I mean, you just have to wait till you discover the lineups, and when you discover the lineups with Viper, you are going to create a mess in that map.
More importantly, I think story wise as well, there will be one team and all of their players watching this match very closely. That team is going to be Force One Esports. Well, why? A lot of the audience members will ask. The winner of this match in the round of 16, our next best of one, will be playing against Force One. So Force One, yeah, they'll all be looking at this match very closely, trying to find any and all mistakes in both of their teams, hoping they can further exploit those mistakes when they match up against them, and yeah, just figuring out the entire play styles. So Force One, after winning their previous game yesterday, I believe, yeah, they're taking a day off. They are, things are calm for them. They're just resting, making sure nothing's wrong, and yeah, making sure their team is up to point. And of course, at the same time, they'll be doing their homework on their future opponents as well, because again, the next match is also going to be a best of one. No mistakes can be made. We just saw Seven Sins slip up a bit, and because of that, well, like you had mentioned, Elika, they're out of the tournament, gone. Their journey over. At least for qualifier number 3, they still have one more shot to get a cash prize for themselves in qualifier 4, and to secure the spot in the mega LAN finale in December as well. But this isn't Seven Sins. No, their attention on them, well, it's gone. The spotlight at the moment shines on Insignia and on Rebellious Gaming. These two teams, they found a bit of success here and there. Their lineups, their players, they are certainly looking good, but now I have to see which agents they'll be choosing and how good will they be utilizing them. And for that reason, let's move on to the draft screen.
And I guess if the draft screen is ready, we are ready to set in dive in, where Rebellious Gaming will be starting off with the defend decided and Insignia on the attacking, to my surprise. Although, yeah, I pretty much saw it coming through. Rebellious is going to go for a single duelist setup, and I am kind of expecting the same from Insignia. Who do we have with the players? We have Crusher as the Jet Clone, as the Sage, Bunkai as the Killjoy, Jackie as Viper, and Necropsy as Sova. And from Insignia, we have Deathscope playing the Viper, Trill playing the Sage, Simple playing the Sova, Slow playing the Killjoy, and we have TP playing the Jet. And I'm not at all surprised we can see a single duelist setup coming in for both of the teams. I am not surprised. Recently, when I saw the VCT Masters, and everybody was kind of going around that one lineup we saw in the finale, and everybody was just going crazy with that, and bringing down North American strategies and different kind of plays, EU plays. It's going to change a lot in the meta. Not only in the meta, I guess as a player or as a team, you improve yourself, and even if you go ahead and fight against any Malaysian team or any North American team, you should be in a place where you can know the strategies. Even winning is another thing, but knowing their strategies and at least taking their pressure, you know what they're doing. I guess that makes most of the game possible for each and every team. And it's actually very happy to see all the Indian teams adapting to different metas from the different sides of the world. And Valorant is just not a small game, it's all over the world, and I guess people are just going crazy about it. Not only as a player, I guess viewers are going crazy, and with Valorant Mobile coming up, it's going to change a lot of lives. I'm definitely sure it's going to give a lot of career opportunities and a lot of talent showcase. I'm pretty sure esports will be bringing up more and more tournaments for audience.
Yeah, that's in the future. In the present right now, let's jump straight into the game. I'm getting confirmation that started. I really want to see these same lineups, against each other as well. We'll be starting the pistol round very, very shortly. But yeah, this is the same lineup we saw just from Velocity Gaming. You have the one Jet, you have the Sova, you've got the two Sentinels, and then of course you have the Viper as well. So like you were saying, this is the European standard. One Duelist, Sage alongside another Sentinel, one Initiator, which most likely is always the Sova, and since it is the map of Icebox, of course we are going to see Viper, Deadscope and Jackie on that Agent, as we're just waiting for just a short while before we start with the pistol round. At the moment, yeah, I have to see what both of these teams have to offer. I have to see, because we have seen good plays from Insignia and Rebellious Gaming as well. Rebellious Gaming, I don't think we've seen them in qualifier number 3 just yet. However, yeah, everyone knows they're an up-and-coming team. Meanwhile, like I had mentioned, Insignia, they played against INSIGNIA on Haven. A nice victory, which they deserved, because of their gameplay and all. Now, well, it's up to them to, prove their worth yet again. So, keeping all of that in mind, yeah, just again, the final few seconds before the round count starts going down. And I think, I gotta say, with the agent compositions, there isn't much to say, because we just saw this agent composition being brought out from Velocity. I don't think there's going to be any major change with how they're played. On attack for Insignia, the same Viper toxic screen, cutting the B bomb site in half, cutting the A bomb site in half. The defenders, they have the slow orbs from Sage, the nanostorms and alarm bots from Killjoy being played by Bankai. Nothing major, no major difference, and for that reason I think it's going to come down to the individual plays. I highlighted the primary Jet player from Insignia in their previous game. I think it was either Tippy or it was Trill, again very, very similar names, but yeah, they have to perform yet again. As Crusher from the side of Rebellious Gaming, well, he also needs to be on mark with his headshots.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that you must have had an idea about these both rosters, but for me, it's actually the first time casting both of them. And I might have an idea of what Clone plays like, because I've seen him in a competitive queue, if I remember it. Clone, he also plays really good as a Sentinel, as Tippy's already been bringing it down to 36 HP, and I guess he will be going into the heal, my bad. And as we move down, the Sage has already put down the wall, and I guess they are looking to plant anytime soon. We already have 3 defenders over towards the back of the A-bomb side. With the wall going for the base, they will be rotating over to his B-bomb set, and Jackie is not really allowing any of them to do so, as he puts on a headshot, and Trill is looking in for the exit frags. Mostly exit frags, I would say rotating. He is trying to caught players off guard when they are rotating, but unfortunately that did not happen. Leaving a player down, Insignia is in a 4v5 situation. And is still, struggling to get some kills. They can't, unfortunately, get the bomb onto the flank site, as the wall is going to block them. And Jackie gets another one, putting it down to a 3v4 situation.
This is exactly what you can achieve with the double Sentinel setup. Rebellious Gaming completely denied them any and all entry towards the A-bomb site. I'll highlight that later. A lot to talk about strategically in this round, but at the moment it's time for play-by-play. At the moment it's time for some action. Crusher, the first line of defense. He knows about Suga's location, cannot land that shot just yet. As he gets that, looking for more. Finally, gets risen, but with 10 seconds remaining, the spike needs to be planted right now. 3 members of Rebellious
Last player
alive, only
standing.
2 to follow from Insignia. The spike will be planted with DEMIGODS. He is dead cornered from all angles whatsoever. And yeah, Rebellious Gaming, man, hats off to them. The 2 people you see on your screens right now, Sage and Killjoy, they are the MVPs of this round. More specifically, Bankai with his nanobot and his alarm bot and nanoswarms. I really messed that up. But yeah, more importantly, we saw in the pistol round the importance of good utility and how 2 sentinels can like absolutely slow down the push. I highlighted this in the pistol round of Velocity Gaming's defense. I'll highlight it again as well. Everyone from Insignia was ready towards the A belt side, and you know they were just right on the outskirts of the bomb side. But then came the Sage Wall, then came the nanoswarms, the turrets, the alarm bots, and because of that so much time was wasted from the attackers. They had no choice but to fall back, but there was someone watching their flanks, just as Crusher is watching the angles right now. In the previous round it was the Viper watching their flanks. Crusher in the meanwhile lands 2 shots. Okay, no more analysis. Crusher, he wants a lot of play. He's already gotten 2 kills. He's looking for more. With the Marshal, he isn't going to be stopping anytime soon. That's his third. He's looking for more. Cannot land the 4th just yet. Trill, he gets a kill watching the flank. And okay, it's still a 2v2. Good guns in the hands of Insignia. However, the flank is too strong. Jackie is going to be collecting that kill, and it all falls down to Shloxi with the spike.
Yes, well, Crush, he definitely put out a crushing performance over there, but I guess it's not just enough for the team, as Rebellious Gaming is, they might be on the verge of actually losing their force by round. Insignia's last player left in a 1-2 situation. I guess he's been caught off guard, and that's a smooth round for Rebellious Gaming, taking that scope down and putting its second round on board for themselves. I'm happy that they actually didn't lose that round. If they lost that round, it could have been really difficult, as Crusher with that Marshal is trying to make the difference. And he absolutely did manage to put all the difference in the world by getting a triple kill, almost a quad coming into the play. Unfortunately, he could not. And this time, Crusher has picked up an operator. 3rd round, and he has an operator. Now, this is something that I was not expecting from Crusher. Crusher can put this down to a really good game, or maybe he might miss up with the operator. But looks like he already knows that it's not an A-bomb side hit for a second.
Yep, and right now the majority of the attackers, well, they've already made their way towards the B-bomb site, and right now it's only Clone to slow them down. 1 Sentinel on their own can't do much. Clone needs the support of his fellow teammates, and that's why the Viper's here. But Clone's guns, they don't need any support, just to go in a straight direction, get the shot. Skippy is out of the mix. No more in this round. As Crusher with the operator, he gets rid of Trill. Both members of Insignia, the first people to make initial contact into the bomb site, are gone, and the remaining 3 players have been cornered off towards that yellow angle. For that reason, Crusher can just push up trying to get killed, but now his operator drops alongside his body as Bankai is there. 1 kill to getting
1 enemy remaining.
The shot darts go through, however the spike is being diffused. Let's go with the Phantom, can't do much, gets 1 kill. The operator will be retrieved, the round will be retrieved from Rebellious Gaming as well, as they get the 3rd on the board. Good performances all round from their side. In a full buy from Insignia, only 2 people managed to drop down, and even the most expensive guns have been retrieved. So yeah, good plays all round, and I gotta say that Rebellious Gaming, no matter what sort of push happens from Insignia, whether it is a slow push or a fast execution, they are able to deal with all of that, and they are able to get kills on and capitalize on that scenario as well.
Capitalizing is really important, especially if you want to put that economy in your hand and into your control. Well, after losing that full buy round, Insignia will definitely be looking in for a force buy or maybe an eco, upgraded pistols. Anything can work. So for Deathscope, looks like he might be going in for a Phantom, or never mind. He's just gonna stick to the Sheriff upgraded pistols. Sometimes, Sheriff can put down wonders, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they absolutely are a shutdown. Rebellious Gaming getting 3 rounds back to back is going to give out a huge advantage for Crusher to be carrying that operator towards the next round, and he might be spotting up there out already, but unfortunately he's getting spotted out to TP as well, as TP takes Crusher down. Banka gets 1, Sloke immediately going in for the trade. Jackie is trying to put in some aggressive snake bites over towards the A-bomb side, and he realizes that we are down to a 3v3 situation. and the alarm bot position is very quite well represented that it might not be allowing anybody to cross the A mains. Well, at this case, I feel like Slokes going in for that lockdown can actually do a huge advantage for Rebellious Gaming, because Rebellious Gaming, they're thinking that it's a lockdown, but Insignia on the other hand, they've already made their way towards the B-bomb side, and the spike has already been planted down as Necropsy is trying to make some noise over towards the B-bomb side. The call out has already been given away that Necropsy is down at the bomb site, and he might be the one who might be getting multiple frags with the recon coming in. Trill gives an absolute good headshot, gets received by a shot as well. A 2v2 situation right now. Simple as the Undisputed to be working with, but I guess the operator is not really in the favor of Slokesy, and so is Jackie coming in for the sneaky little Viper plays, take down both of the players, and will be putting that round into the favor of Rebellious. Although I would say that was an impressive and outstanding eco round coming in from Insignia.
Exactly.
Outstanding eco round.
That was certainly good, and strategically as well, that Killjoy lockdown, it really sold the fake, because Rebellious Gaming would have thought that, okay, our opponents, they have 3 people all with sheriffs in hand, they would be trying to group up, trying to get as many refrags as possible, but no, Insignia had another play in mind. As soon as the lockdown went out, I think it was Killjoy who collected the operator on the dead body of Crusher, fell back and then planted the spike, and it was only Sova from the side of Rebellious holding that execution. He had to wait for his teammates to come in, as right now Crusher, he waits for no one, he falls back. He has spotted 3 people, make that, well, in total make that 4, as everyone on the side of Insignia is ready for a B take. The Sage Wall goes out yet again, and Crusher is pushing wide on. He may just catch the Viper, but yes, he does. Insane play. The spike cannot be planted. The attackers, they get 1 kill, but they are looking to fall back. Necro Psycho, I'm not sure. Yeah, he'll be looking to, utilize his shock darts to its fullest potential as Crusher. He has done his job. He has denied the spike. The attackers find themselves in a weird position. They cannot fall back, not without the spike, because, well, it's dead in the crosses of the defenders. They choose to fall back still, hoping to get some kills, but is it going to pay off? Well, only time will tell.
It's down to a 4v3 situation, and I guess Insignia with the man disadvantage and the spike drop that the B-bomb side is not really looking good, as the resurrection will be coming in by Trill onto its Slokesy. They're trying to get the spike, and there goes Tippy down in the hands of Crush with the operator, and the Viper's ultimate will be coming out, putting Simple down. 3v2 situation right now, all in the hands of the Viper and the Sage, but I guess Killjoy has been spotted out, but that's a beautiful kill, that's a beautiful progress. But Jackie inside the ultimate is making all the difference, and when he will be peeking out, he'll be taking Trill with him down as well, putting 5th round on board for Rebellious Gaming. I told you, I know that Rebellious Gaming was one of the rosters who was upcoming in the community and was an underdog team.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really expecting quite a shutdown from them, and they have actually proved me wrong. They are putting out a really good shutdown against Insignia, and Insignia, they're able to bring it down to clutch situations, but unfortunately their firepower is lacking.
And speaking of firepower as well, I think that is the major improvement for Rebellious Gaming. I saw them in a tournament a few days back, and they played like 3 or 4 matches against various teams from various countries. Not their best performance. It was a very below average performance, if you may. But since then, look at the kills of Crusher and Jackie, with even more kills potentially to follow. I think Crusher is sitting with 9, Jackie has 8. Amazing performances all around from these 2 people. And that is what you love to see. Individual performances really helping the team. 5 rounds consecutively. As Crusher is looking for kills, Tippy, the other shot, this time on Insignia, has the Blade Storm, but man, that was an insane headshot wall bang. I need to see it in 0.5x star flick. That was beautiful. And yeah, this round as well, Insignia, they are doing their same strat as they were doing earlier, falling back from A towards B. However, you still have the lurker of Sage playing towards A bomb site. I think in order to sell the push or something, but you still have the Sage playing from the defenders on the B bomb site. Will be taking the first hit alongside the Viper. The resurrection on drone as well. We'll be looking to get some kills. Viper is present with the crossfire. Everyone from Rebellion. Here, Jackie with 2 kills. Necro Psycho with the follow-up, and before you know it, the entire execution has crumbled. Shloxy, the only one, that's a first, that's a second, but he still has 3 more people to dispatch, and that's not going to be happening anytime soon. The operator yet again will be retrieved as Rebellious Gaming get their 6th round on board.
Your duty is not over.
Well, Rebellious Gaming, they're actually putting out quite a shutdown, and look at them, they are going in for the resurrection because they don't want to even leave a gun out in the open. Insignia, they've been successful of by getting the plants done, but I guess the post-plan positions lack the firepower, or I would say lack the trade, they lack the crossfire setups. All they need to do after getting the spike planted down is play for the crossfire setups. If they do it that way, they might be walking away with a round. As we have both the Jets on head-to-head, Crusher versus Tippy. Crusher is sitting down with 10 kills and Tippy with 1. Tippy needs 9 kills, and I don't think it's going to be easy for him to be getting this round anytime soon.
That's another thing, right? Tippy hasn't been completely on board. Whereas if you look at Crusher, his performance really has been out of the park, and so has been Jackie's performance. My god. Yet another first blood favoring Rebellious Gaming. The Hunter's Fury goes through. Crusher gets a kill. Tippy yet again is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Flash now dead. Yeah, Tippy just has no opportunity to get killed whatsoever. As Crusher, okay, he slipped behind Shloxy. But Shloxy is going to get a free operator. I'm not sure what happened right there. As at the moment, Jackie is holding a long crossfire. Shloxy is present, and you have Dead Scope as well with the Phantom and the operator respectively. But yeah, 2v4, both ultimates on board for the attackers, and these are good ultimates. If you use the Killjoy lockdown to try and execute, and you use the Viper Spit post plant, it can be a successful play. So I have like 30% hopes that Insignia can win this 2v4. However, they need to prove me right. They need to give me good odds. As right now, Dead Scope is going to be winning the gunfight. There goes the Killjoy lockdown. The spike will be planted. This is looking good for Rebellious Gaming, and now the Viper Spit goes through as well. Necro Psycho, he tries to push in early on, but has to back off.
standing. Lights down.
Jackie getting a single and Clone immediately getting another one is going to put it down to a absolutely nothing, as we have successfully got the retake possible, and that's going to be 7th round on board to Rebellious Gaming. Wow, Rebellious Gaming, they are actually quite impressive than what I expected them to be, as Insignia will be losing another round and they have to eco right now. Their economy is not really good, and the timeout will be getting called out by Insignia after losing 7 rounds with a lot of pressure. I feel Insignia might be losing their momentum. Of course, they don't have any momentum to be begin with, or maybe after talking and settling things down, they might be able to break the curse coming in from Rebellious after this particular timeout.
And that's exactly what happened with Seven Sins as well. Again, all of our viewers who remember watching the VLT versus Seven Sins matchup, if you didn't watch it, don't worry, subscribe to the channel, the highlights will be uploaded. But a basic rundown was VLT, they won the initial 7 rounds. Seven Sins, they took a timeout at the beginning of round number 8. And then they ended up winning round 8, but albeit, that was one of the only few rounds that they won. So, unfortunately, Insignia right now, not on the best paths. You can see the performances of the Sage have been quite equal. I'd like to see the performances next of both of the Vipers. I think that will be an interesting player card to witness what will happen. I think one of the most contradictory performances was both the Jets, right? On the side of Rebellious, you had Crusher, who currently has kills in the double digits. Meanwhile, Tippy only has 1 kill. So unfortunately, not the best performance for Insignia in terms of their fraggers, but they need to get more kills on board. Let's hope this timeout help them as they're preparing for a mid execute. Okay, this can prove worthwhile if they get it down, if they can infiltrate towards defender mid and towards the boiler area and all that, then I think it's good. But Tippy yet again, he has that same above tubes position that both Clone and Crusher were looking for early on.
Yep. Insignia is trying to get a pick, and I guess they won't be really successful at that as Jackie gets the entry. Imagine Jackie being so good as a Viper if he only switches the things down to Duelist, he will be
Spike
putting
down,
out
attacker spawn.
quite an impressive game out
enemy
there as Jackie
remaining.
will be getting another kill, putting it down to a 1v1 between the KJ and Jackie. And Jackie will obviously win that without any effort. That was a beautiful triple kill, I would say, coming in from Rebellious. And especially Jackie, I'm really loving the way how he's putting the controller to the use.
Absolutely, look at these aggressive plays right now. The snake bite, the toxic screen, and yeah, all the kills at the end as well, really helping his team get a lot of rounds on board as well. 17 kills. It's only been 9 rounds and he has 17 kills. 17 kills and more important, 2 deaths. What? 2, that's a KD of like 8.5. 8.5. My god, can this man be stopped? Meanwhile, you have the other Viper who is struggling a bit. Dead scope with a KD of 0.5. Yeah.
If he keeps maintaining the same KD for till the end of the match, he might be that one player who's going to carry that insane amount of KD and ACS till the end of the match and can be the first person actually to be putting out such a good difference. As a shock that will be coming in and Simple will be going down, putting Bunkai right now on the bomb side in a trouble as Bunkai gets 1, Clone gets 1, and that's an effortless round for Rebellious once again. 9-0. GG, well played. Rebellious already halfway through the game. All they need is just 3 more rounds to, end the first half into the favor. We saw Velocity Gaming putting out a one-side match, and we are seeing Rebellious do the same. I'm expecting, Enigma will be putting out a good competitive match against Demigods.
Yeah, no one knows what will happen later on, but yeah, right now looking at the scoreboards, gloomy faces for Insignia. 8 kills for Shlogzi, 6 for 3, 1 for TP. Still not off to the best foot forward, and that is the real hindrance. That is the major undoing for Insignia, unfortunately. But this is good. The first blood going in favor of the attackers. Shlogzi gets rid of Crusher. Deadscope was looking for more, but the Sage is present. Clone isn't going to let him go anytime soon. As here he is. Man of the hour, you have a Jackie holding the crossfire. This can be deadly. The spike towards the B bomb site. Insignia are fully preparing for this push, but Jackie can surely turn things around. He knows the location of Sova. He can go to the wall back. Is he going to go for that? Is it going to be successful? Tags Sova, but no. The spike is down. More importantly, finally, a bit of optimism for the members over at Insignia. They have the man advantage. It is a post plant. Both ultimates there for Rebellious, and speaking of that, yeah, there goes the Killjoy lockdown. The spike will be looking to be diffused. The Viper spit has been used up as well. The Nano Swarms are buying the attackers some time. However, the spike will be half diffused at the very least. As there goes another Nano Swarm. But the attackers, they've fallen back. They're trying to execute from mid. I'm not sure if this is going to pay off or not. The Sage wall is present. Shlogzi gets the kill. Bunkai goes down as well. Oh my god! 0.9 seconds. Almost only a second remaining, and Rebellious would have gotten that round win. But Insignia finally on the right track. At least they have started their journey on the right track.
They have. Insignia finally being able to put up a round for them. This might be a really good opening for Insignia to be making the comeback possible against Rebellious. But let's see, I'm quite not sure. With the aggression coming in from Rebellious, even if they lose a round or two, I don't think that they're gonna let Insignia walk back into their toes, or at least replace them. Jack is trying to go in for an aggressive peek. Once again, he's trying to push over towards the B means. The Dead Scope is trying to push over towards the kitchens, and the Shark Dart might actually be troubling Jackie down to 98 HP. Well, it's just 2 HP left, and Dead Scope on the other hand already got an entry over towards Cologne. That is the Sage going down for Rebellious Gaming, and as well as we have filled with the Resurrection. Jackie will be also going down. Deadscope gets a double for himself, and with that set in turn, we have the ultimate clearing out the bomb site, and the spike will be going down anytime soon right now. Lockdown has been finished, and Trill spots one. Trill takes down Crusher. Crusher has been crushed right now. Simple is playing a really beautiful angle with that Chalk Dart putting down. It can be a really good one, as Necropsy will also be getting spotted down, and this is a really good push for Insignia to be getting a flawless round against Rebellious, which will put Rebellious down to a very emergency economic situation right now. And I guess Rebellious Gaming, if they lose this round, their economy will be in shambles, and they have to look after to be getting this round in favor. It looks like Insignia is slowly rebuilding. rebuilding their economy. But unfortunately, it's the last round in the first half. So they have to put everything they have on the plate right now.
Now, where was this Insignia since round number 1? They've been winning their gunfights, and again, I'm all for it. And a flawless round, but the first blood goes in favor of Rebellious Gaming. Still, not too much harm done, not too much, foul play right here. Insignia can still make a comeback. Jackie, yet again being aggressive. However, what he doesn't know is there's the jet towards yellow boxes, and this can be the undefeated Jackie right now. He's playing such an aggressive angle, and so was Clone pushed off towards mid. This is not favoring the members of Rebellious Gaming. But Jackie, he lands that shot down to like 25 HP. The Sage isn't there to heal him anymore, as we will be seeing more engagements being taken place towards the A bomb site right now. Killjoy's location is known. Benkai, he has to try and get a few kills. The nanostorms are going to help him, but Simple pushes wide from the right hand side and lands that frag, meaning that yet again it's a post plan where Jackie could have tried to turn things around. However, Rebellious Gaming, they are collapsing. Insignia are looking strong. Right now, the Blade Storm from Tippy as well, trying to get the kills. He lands it. And okay, the final 3 rounds went in favor of Insignia. This may just be the start of a comeback. However, it is too early to call. It is all too dependent on the pistol rounds. It's all too dependent on the fact who's going to win here. If Insignia win, well, there's a very, very strong chance they'll be, they'll be on the verge of a comeback. They'll be looking strong. But at the moment, if Rebellious win this round, they win the anti-eco as well. There's no stopping them, and there's no stopping Jackie. But recently, he has been stopped from like 17-2. It's now down to 18-5, which cuts his KD like by half, by more than half, as a matter of fact. So it looks like Insignia, they are putting in the good work they need to do. They are winning those kills in order to win them those rounds, and yeah, they just need to continue towards the pistol round as well, starting right up.
Well, I guess with the recon was pretty much expected coming in from Rebellious Gaming. 9-3 is not really a bad score to be beginning with in Rebellious Gaming. Attacking Icebox is set out to be an attacking center map, and both the drones will be looking at each other's faces. Meanwhile, we have enough time to be getting the control of the bomb site as Crush spots out the jet. Is going to be using that dash for a really good use, and with that Shark Dart coming in, the stack round of 58 HP. Sage should heal him back. Bunkai gets an opening over towards Showcase, and with the wall going down and the spike going down, Clone still has his lead, and he definitely has to be one of the players right now. And Jackie is going to be taking Tippy down till he gets one. He gets one, Crusher gets one, Jackie gets one, and that's the job done for Rebellious Gaming, putting 10th round on board. And I feel like the pistol rounds definitely going to the favor of Rebellious.
Absolutely, and this is going to provide them a big spring boost to, bounce off of, and possibly win the anti-eco as well. For Insignia, they have to make a tough choice. Either they go for a semi-eco with only Sheriff's no armor, they save up, they allow Rebellious to get 11 rounds, or they force buy right now. Looks like they'll be choosing the former option by just going for Sheriffs. And again, just by looking at the guns and the armor on board, one can surely make the assumption that Rebellious Gaming right now, they have the better guns. They are looking for another A execute. The Sage Walls, the Viper Poison Clouds. I need to learn this lineup. Okay, that's an easy one. Alright, one goes into the walls of all our viewers and myself as well. Next time I'll be playing Viper, and the next time Insignia will be getting into engagements and gunfights is going to be happening right now. The spike will be planted. Everyone is in position to go for the retake, but the attackers are in position as well. And keep in mind, the attackers are better guns, better HP. They are trying to land those shots, as that is the opening kill. The first blood goes in favor of Insignia. There's the follow-up, 2 more. As a matter of fact, and everything is falling apart. Rebellious Gaming are just going for a flawless win. Clone has a triple kill. Can he get the quad? Of course he can. My oh my, Rebellious Gaming, they have 11 rounds on board. 1 more for match point and 2 more for a spot in the round of 16s.
Yep, 2 more rounds, and I guess Rebellious Gaming will be done and dusted. As I've already made the best they could, 11 rounds, and Insignia stuck with 3. All they need is just a round to get the match point and another round to celebrate the victory. And Insignia, they might actually have a good advantage of getting this round and taking this round away from Rebellious, as they're going in for a full buy right now. Insignia, to my surprise, they've always been good at what they've been doing. But unfortunately, they're just not being able to perform against Rebellious. Not only for the fact that Rebellious is one of the strongest teams, and Trill is going to make all the difference in the world. He gets a frag. Now he will be stopped by the snake bite, and the clone is going to immediately risk Bunkai, which is going to put Jackie down to 26 HP. And as well as Jackie and Crusher are getting the frag stun. We are down to a 5v3 situation. Insignia losing a player after the other. Shloxy gets one on towards Crusher. 4-man standing for Rebellious. Are they going to be hitting A bomb side? I would pretty much tell Rebellious to go back, rotate over to his B bomb side, get the plant over there, and yep, they will be rotating as Spike is already halfway through the B bomb side. Jack is running for the march, and he will be getting the Spike planted down anytime as Necrox is still playing off the flank position. And there you go, Jack is always smart before he makes any move. Bring it down to the last man standing. Slopes in a 1v3 situation. He might be rotating in from the kitchens, but Kitchens is quite an unexpected area, but I guess he won't be expecting Jacket back offside, do you think? I mean, I'm pretty sure that Ninja won't be expecting him. And oh, that was actually a nice kill.
Yeah, Jackie, I don't know what happened with the shots right there. But still, yeah, Insignia, a little too difficult for Shloxy right now, down to like 30 HP, has to defuse the spike. That's an easy kill for Bankai. And against a full buy round, Rebellious ended up winning. Oh, this just spells out trouble for Insignia. They have to go for a full buy, they have to go for a force buy, there's no other option. They're going to go for, well, whatever guns they can lay their hands on and whatever guns they can buy. You know, Bulldogs, Spectres, Guardians, Trill as well, maybe a Spectre for him. No, he's going for a full bundle, half armor. So yeah, whatever guns Insignia can find, they are trying to get them as it is do or die. They are literally fighting for their spot in this qualifiers. If they lose even one round in the next 9 rounds, that is it. They'll be out of this tournament. So they really have to play. At the moment, the push is really going to happen towards the A bomb side, and I think Insignia have predicted this. They have read this push, and because of that, they have prepared accordingly. You have the crossfires being maintained, but the crossfires won't be holding anytime soon. That's the first kill. TP as well moving back. No more if the attacker has infiltrated, but the attacker will be living no more. Jackie is gone. He was the front line of the attack. Meanwhile, the remaining attackers need to fall back. They need to fall back. Before falling back, however, Necropsycho will be getting a headshot, making sure the man advantage is in the favor of the attacking side. A minute on the clock, no one has completely fallen back just yet. As a matter of fact, they're just going for this push. I don't think they're faking at all. As there goes the recon bolt, there goes the Killjoy lockdown, and there goes the execute.
Well, the execute was quite successful for Rebellious, and all they have to do is just wait until the spike is planted down and wait for the post-plant positions. And I guess this might be the round that Rebellious Gaming will get the victory for, as Crusher gets one, and that's the knives out. If he gets one, Tippy might be in trouble right now. As Gage is looking for a kill. Cleon is gonna take Simple down, and with all the days missing, Tippy gets another one. That's a double kill, but Bunkai will be coming in for the rescue, shutting things down for Insignia and making it the victory for Rebellious Gaming. 13-3 is the score, ladies and gentlemen, and Rebellious Gaming will be walking into the round of 16 right now. And Insignia, unfortunately, will be walking away from the tournament. Look at Jackie, man. Wow, playing Viper. 22 kills, 359 average combat score with 3 first plates. I'm just waiting to see his kill death ratio, to be honest, because he might be actually having a very greater advantage, and I'm pretty sure that he might be that one player with the highest KD so far in EPS Qualifier 3. As Rebellious Gaming are the winners for the second match of the day.
Yep, Rebellious Gaming, if you're a fan of that team, again, make sure, save the dates and keep watching these qualifiers, keep following esports.in on all of their socials. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any playdates, because Rebellious Gaming now, they'll be playing against Force 1, arguably one of the better tier 2 teams of India, arguably a team who is really on the rise, just like Rebellious. So that's also going to be a great matchup, but there's still 1, maybe 2 days before we head into that game. For now, this concludes our second match. Absolute brilliant performance all around. And I gotta say, Insignia, the same thing, can be applied for them, what can be said about Seven Sins as well. The first match both of these teams played against various opponents, they had good performances, they showed a lot of potential, but once they were matched against better teams better than themselves when it came to strategies, when it came to mechanical abilities, aim, kills, etc., that's where they fumbled a bit. And again, you can expect that from up-and-coming teams. Not always are you going to land your headshots. Sometimes you are going to get outplayed. Sometimes you are going to get outsmarted as well, as that was what was the case right now. But that doesn't mean that all hope is over for them. They can still, apply for and register for the qualifier number 4. They can still go for a good showing. If they made their way towards round of 32s, I am confident they'll be able to do the same and potentially even more in the next qualifiers. As for now, it looks like, we'll be bringing up the MVP screen in a short while, very, very soon as possible, as a matter of fact, because yeah, like you said, I need to see Jackie's KD.
3.1 KD. I think that's the highest so far. Yep, I guess that is highest so far in EPS qualifier number 3, round of 32. And I guess we are pretty much done with round of 32 in the second match. We still have one match left to go though. And Jackie with sitting down with 22 kills, 259 ECS, 3.1 carry, followed by Crusher with 16 kills and 295 ACS with 1.2 KD. And from the team of Insignia, we have Slogsy playing a killjoy. He still put up a good fight. And I was a little disappointed on the way how TP was playing with 7 kills and 0.5 KD. Duelists are supposed to get that frag game.
Yeah, I gotta say, for Insignia, not the best performances. Tippy towards the end, got a few kills for himself towards the end. TP was looking strong, but early on, for the past, first 7 or 8 rounds, all over it wasn't the best. 1 kill, 2 kills. As a Jet, you need to be putting up more kills than that. And if it's a long-term problem, perhaps you switch TP to another role, perhaps the Sage, the Viper, etc. But yeah, right now, all eyes on Rebellious Gaming. Absolutely dominating performance from their side. I would love to see their next game, because again, the same thing that happened to Insignia right now, being matched up against a better team, is in a way what may just happen with Rebellious Gaming as well, when they'll be matched up against Force 1. But they have a few days, a 1-2 day break. They can take that time, prepare themselves, make sure that they are covered on all fronts, make sure that no matter which map they play, they'll be strong. They can give a good competition to Force 1. As for now, looks like we'll be taking a very, very small break. We'll be back with match number 3 of so yeah, we'll be back with match number 3, like you can see on your screens below. It's going to be between Enigma Gaming and Demigods Gaming. So yeah, stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll be right back.
होश ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
होश ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Esportz Premier Series Valorant, powered by Hell Energy Drink and brought to you by Josh app. And we are finally back with the last match for the day. Well, looks like we had two interesting one-sided matches, beginning with Velocity Gaming, and we did have Rebellious Gaming as well. Velocity Gaming did put up quite a good fight, 13-2 against 7, since we had Rebellious 13-3. And what am I looking at in the last match? Enigma versus Demigods, and is it going to be a 13-4? I mean, it's got to follow the order.
Yeah, again, anything can happen right now. More importantly, I think, yeah, Enigma Gaming, they will be in the community favorite side. Say, again, one of the more popular teams, and their journey so far in qualifier number 3 hasn't, well, started entirely. They have just... They were already placed in round of 16s and in round of 32s, whereas Demigods, they got I think they got a default win against their previous opponents to Hype, or I'm not sure the score was about that much, but yeah, they are here. And just like what we have been seeing so far for both of our initial few rosters, just like what we saw with Insignia and what we saw with Seven Sins as well, they are against a fairly better team in front of them, and they have to try and beat them. Enigma Gaming, they're also one of the teams who have really been on the rise at the moment. Yeah, again, one of the better tier 2 teams right now, at the brink of being that tier 1. If they can secure a spot in the LAN finals, well, surely they'll be in tier 1. So for that reason, again, no mistakes, nothing, no funny business happening right now. Again, street serious Valorant, and that's about it. There will be nothing else from the side of Enigma, and again, that's what makes me a bit worried for Demigods. What exactly are they going to bring to the table? Because so far what we have seen, the Goliaths have kept on winning. The underdog teams haven't been able to defeat the more mainstream and the top dogs of this region. So is this match going to be any different, like you mentioned, or is it going to be a 13-4, 13-3 one-sided affair? I would rationally thinking, I would say it's going to be the latter.
Yeah, I would say that it pretty much depends on what kind of a day Enigma is having. They might be having a good day, or maybe not just a good aim day for any of one of the players. If one player is not having a good day, that can put quite a pressure on the team and as well as to all the players over there. And we have got the interesting notice from our voices in the head that it says, unfortunately, the third match of the day is also going to be Icebox, and to all the Icebox lovers, I know you must be putting that drum rolls right now. 3 Icebox matches in a row, and Enigma Gaming, I'm pretty sure they'll be rocking it. And did you know for a fact that Enigma Gaming's best map is Icebox? So far, I know. I saw them playing Icebox previously in the qualifier number 2, and Batman just entirely shut them down. I really have this favorite players from Enigma Gaming, especially Hikka. I mean, he flew all the way from Sri Lanka to India, and now he's representing one of the best orgs in the country. And the way he plays is just so good. The way he puts out him as a duelist he's not only a duelist. I would say he also plays the support role for the team. His job is not to just entry the bomb site and get a kill, get traded. That's not what Hikka does. That's what makes Hikka different from everybody else. And talking about Batman, we've seen him from a long time, all the way from CES, from female coaching a female team, right now coming down and playing to one of the best teams in the country as a sentinel player. Batman is definitely entitled and is a perfect play for the Sentinel role. He plays it very well, and when you need him to frag, he outfrags the enemy. Trust me, when you least expect him to be putting those frags on the table, he just goes all hail onto the players. And Raw Fuel, I don't have to even tell anything about Raw Fuel. Everybody know how he plays. And Ghost, he's that front-facing guy for the team. I mean, if anything comes up from Enigma Gaming, Ghost is always in the front. His name is always on the paper, Ghost. Ghost ने ये किया, Ghost से वो किया, and it's like, if Enigma wins the match, Ghost can be a huge part of it. If Enigma loses the match, it's also like Ghost is the one who's probably getting affected over there. I've seen this happen a lot of times, and I personally respect a lot about Ghost because a lot of professional players, especially when we look back into the qualifier number 1, when we were ending qualifier number 1 and Global Esports won the finale, we had an interview session with Godlike and Global Esports. There, I remember Global Esports held Ranger telling that Ghost giving talents and opportunities like young players like Ghost and putting duelists like them, it's going to change the entire roster. Even Antidote mentioned when he was departing from team Velocity Gaming, he mentioned that having young players as duelists, it makes a huge impact on team. And Antidote, he wanted to try something different, and I'm very happy for him that he has joined Godlike, which means he will be facing his old friends. Oh, maybe not. Did I speak too soon? I already assumed that Velocity will be taking that win. But yeah, we still have a long way to discuss about that. And as the match begins, Enigma is starting off at the attacking side. I guess half the game is already done. And we also have Batman on the Viper this time, and Easy is going to be picking up the Killjoy. Wow, I usually see Killjoy picking up by Batman. Looks like they have changed this time. In this qualifier, they want to put something really different.
Yeah, from the side of Enigma Gaming, they have, again, it's the same composition, 3 matches in a row. I've said everything that had to be said about it. And yeah, Enigma Gaming, they are known to bring these new compositions. They are known to experiment a lot. You were mentioning Godlike Esports as well. And again, a few days back, Enigma played this best of 1 against Godlike, which went to a triple overtime. That was, again, another one of the insane games I've seen. And back then, Enigma brought out a no duelist composition on the map of Bind. So that was quite interesting. I like that. But yeah, right now, finally, on the map of Icebox, we are seeing a different composition, this time from Demigods. I saw the Reyna, I saw the Jet. It's more of a North American composition. So again, it's going to be roughly the same what we saw in game number 1. But we have to see, is it going to be any different than game number 1? For that, let's bring the game on board. Let's jump straight into the action. The pistol round will be starting in a few seconds. And yeah, it is a very, very North American standard. No Jet. The major dive operator is going to be Phantom playing the Raze. Frostbite on the Reyna as well. As yeah, we have Sage, Viper, Sova. So good. Again, yeah, roughly the same roughly the same compositions we saw in game number 1. Enigma Gaming, the thing is, we are starting out on attack right now, and I have to see with a single duelist composition what can they achieve.
Yep. With Enigma Gaming starting off with the attacking side, I'm pretty sure they will be looking in for the aggression, and Batman already giving out the opening for the team. Unfortunately, Ghost will be put down to the sleep as Fearship gets 1. I guess behind the wall we have way too many nemesis that we are talking about. Godbex gets 1. He might be getting another one, but Astro and Frostbite, they are making all the difference in the world. As he gets 1, man is trying to get another one, but unfortunately that won't be happening. Leaving Ezzy in a 1v1 situation, and that's almost a quad kill for Ezzy. That's the first round coming down for Enigma Gaming. It doesn't, I told you, 1 or 2 players from Enigma Gaming might not be having a good day, but there's always the other one to stand up for. And I hope that this time is Ezzy who's making all the difference. He got himself an entry, he gets another kill, and he makes the clutches happen for his team as well. Putting the first round on board, which is gonna pretty much lead them to go for a respective buy. Where is he? I think he decided to stick to the... Oh, never mind. He literally did switch to the Spectre as well.
Yep, and yeah, right now Enigma Gaming going to the team push as well, and we can see on Icebox that majority of the attacking team early on they have an A side preference. We saw that with Rebellious Gaming, now with Enigma as well. As Ghost, another simple kill to hold out. looking for more, dashes in, uses the whirlwind, and yeah, side control has been taken. Nothing that Demigods can do to counter that, as we see a pain shot come out, but Ghost already too quick on the kill.
One enemy remaining.
God Vixie looking for more, Ghost with the third, and before you know it, this round is over. Hika also, wants to jump into the action. He lands a headshot, and Enigma Gaming, in a cool, calm manner, they get their second victory on board. But now Demigods. Now is where, they can put up a round themselves. Now is where they can retaliate. Full armor, great guns on their side. They've got Phantoms, Vandals. I'm not sure what's happening. They still have a few shit. Okay, yeah, Phantoms, Vandals, a few Spectres here and there. But Enigma Gaming more have that SMG-ish buy. They have the Bulldog, 3 Spectres, a Vandal. Yes, they do have full armor, but I would say that just from an on-paper perspective, from a theoretical perspective, it is going to be Demigods in the favor, unless Ghost has something to say about it, and unless he gets the first shot, which looks like it's going to happen. Yep, there it is. Tagged Phantom, looking for more, and already he has dispatched Fury.
Yep. Moving forward, looks like Demigods might be in a tough position, because if they lose this round, then what exactly are going to be the threats for them, because it's a full buy round for them and they cannot risk losing this one. But Ghost doesn't really need a rifle to get the fight. He gets himself a double, gets taken down, and Enigma Hika will be putting down the last kill, and that was another effortless round, and they'll be switching down to the big guns, upgrading it. 3 rounds for Enigma Gaming and 0 for Demigod. Losing that round is gonna put a lot of dents on the economy for Demigod.
Watching Ghost just live in play feels like I'm watching a Valorant montage without all the over-editing and all the flashy lights and all that. But yeah, no, my point is not to diss on Valorant montages, but to talk about Ghost, because again, just look at the, what's the term, what's that adjective? Just the fluidity in which he just flows through the map. He knows this map like the back of his hand. He just goes onto the rafters, onto the bomb site, kill after kill, or triple kill in the previous round, looking for more. And again, it's just amazing watching him live in the flesh, as the same thing is going to be happening right now. One of the players has been spotted, tries to get the first shot, but Easy's already there, and Ghost with the follow-up. Again, another headshot. He's looking for more. Again, I'm just going to play-by-play Ghost. I don't even care what's happening. But Badman gets a kill. Ghost
One enemy remaining.
Yet again, crosshair on point, and that could be his third. Oh, this is amazing. It's just lovely to see him.
Well, looks like Phantom is not really having a good time, I would say. He's a little aggressive. But I guess Batman will be calming him down by putting him to sleep again. Phantom will be going down 4th round on board for Enigma Gaming, and they're just going all crazy. Ghost already sitting down with 8 kills, Izzy with 4. And looking forward, I'm expecting more and more plays from Ghost. Also, once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Esportz Premier Series Qualifier number 3, round of 32, last day. And this is the last match as well for the day. Enigma Gaming versus Demigods. And if you have missed watching the first 2 matches between Velocity and Rebellious, you can go ahead and check that in our highlights, which will be uploaded later on our Instagram as well as on our YouTube channel. So make sure you drop a follow onto our Instagram, that is esports.in, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where you're watching esports.in as well, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss. But I guess what I'm missing right now is Ghost putting out a lot of shots, and now he'll be getting a triple kill. He's looking forward for the last kill. I'm pretty sure that Ghost might be getting that one as well, and that's a beautiful flawless round coming in from Enigma Gaming.
Ghost, can he be stopped? The replay is going to be the full round, because the full round was Ghost. There, we switch to his perspective. He'll be looking to get the opening kill. Okay, misses a few shots, no reload. There he goes, 2nd kill. Now wallbang 3rd, and he'll get the 5th and final kill as well of the round, another headshot. And yeah, this is less of this is less of Demigods versus Enigma, more of just us watching God's POV. It feels like I'm watching his personal stream right now, because he's getting so many kills, and yeah, all we can see is Ghost. But in the meanwhile, okay, Enigma Gaming, their location is known. Demigods, they are aware of this, and they are trying to counter it. However, one Viper getting rid of another. That's the opening kill in favor of Badman. Ghost is now present inside. Badman with the 2nd one, and Ghost is already pushed up to aid the attackers further.
One enemy remaining.
Lockdown. After this, we have God Vixie playing, and Ghost, he lands the final kill. and that is the 6th round set in stone secured for Enigma Gaming.
Yep. Well, looks like Enigma Gaming is putting out quite a performance. As you already told that Enigma Gaming went on overtime against Godlike and they put up quite a good performance, and I will not be surprised if Enigma Gaming walks over with the victory over this map. What I am concerned is, will we have the order continuing as 13-2, 13-3, and is it going to be 13-4? I mean, if it is, it would be legendary, as Demigods will be moving forward with an eco round, and I guess Enigma Gaming's drone is looking quite impressive for me. Enigma Gaming's Phantom will be getting the first run. It's a beautiful Phantom, and that's another kill coming in from close. He is trying to get in, sneak in from mid. He actually managed to do that as Batman gets a double, putting it down to 2v5 situation after only 2 players left. Race has been pulled off, and so is Sova. Another flawless round for Enigma.
What can we say about this game? Unfortunately, Demigods just yeah, they have been a bit they've just been swept away. The floor has been swept away from under their feet, and sadly there's nothing they can do about it. If we use the previous games as a benchmark right now, you know, this should be the round Demigods will be taking a tactical timeout and getting a round on board, because they need to. You know, you look at Atrimos, 1 kill only. Let's hope, just like Tippy in the previous game, from Insignia, he starts putting up a lot of rounds on board. Whereas Badman, yeah, 8 kills and 1 death. He has only died once. That's the bigger factor. He, in 7 rounds, only died once. Phantom is looking to be towards the front line of the defense. The showstopper in hand, trying to get rid of some attackers, but leadership, he's going to be dispatching Ghost. And there goes the 103% from God-Gexing, landing him a kill. He's looking for more, but right now Easy has just infiltrated his way into defender base. There goes the resurrection in Easy over Big. He spots the Sova, gets the headshot, and he lands the second, leaving the Reina in a 1v4.
A 1v4, definitely not a good one to be expecting about, but I guess Ross fight before he went down, he took a player though. At least he tried. Enigma Gaming with 8th round on board. They will be going insane. I mean, I'm not surprised about the fact that Enigma Gaming is putting out such a good performance. What I'm really upset is regarding Demigods not able to at least survive. We know for a fact that Enigma Gaming has the ability of getting individual kills. Every individual in Enigma has the potential, and I guess Ghost is just acing out in the entire server with 16 kills and 5 deaths. He's just pressing that W so hard, and it looks like he's just playing a death match all over Icebox. Enigma Ghost is trying to sneak in over towards Summit, and he might be finding a frag over towards the Frostbite, and I'm not surprised yet. Surprise me, Ghost. Get another one. Well, he might be getting actually taken down, or will he get this kill? There you go. Phantom is gonna cut him off guard. He gets one. He might be getting another one over towards Azim, which is gonna pretty much put things down in a 3v3 situation with the spike going down. And Hikka is going to be the guy with playing Sage. Okay, can Hikka get most of the kills is the question. Haven't really seen him frag so far over the game with the shock dart coming in. It's not quite what I expected. Hikka gets one. Hikka gets a double. Now show me. There you go. Hikka will do it for me. Quite very impressed seeing Hikka still able to frag on the Sage. 9th round on board for Enigma Gaming.
Look, you were saying Hikka was one of your favorite players in Enigma Gaming, and I have to agree with you. Not because of insane plays, but you know, turns out Hikka and I use the same keyboard, and because of that, he's my favorite Valorant player in all of South Asia. There's no denying that. If he can get
which keyboard do you use, by the way?
It's the HyperX FPS one, and he uses the same one. So if he can land all these shots from that keyboard, so can I. And yeah, that's one of the reasons. But again, jokes aside, there isn't much to say. Demigods are just unfortunately losing a lot of their gunfights. And yeah, yet again, this is also a good example of that. The previous round was a great example of that. A 4v3 converted into a 3v0. Right now as well, Ghost with a double kill, looking for more. He knows about Furious's location, but Easy is there to get the follow-up. You have Frostbite getting a kill, but with the Empress, he has a chance.
One enemy remaining.
Has chance. No, not going to happen. Ghost is already present, and before you know it, it all falls down. to the final person, Atmos. Yes, he got 1 kill, but that's about it. Double digits in the game, double digits for Enigma Gaming.
Beautifully executed, takedown on both for Enigma Gaming. Looks like we are going to have a 13-2, 13-3, and 13-1 if Demigods manage to get that one round against Enigma. I mean, Enigma, I don't know. They're being so cheeky about the players coming into the bomb side and even getting the plant. And of course, I know that Enigma Gaming is on the attacking end. This is the last second round before the side swap comes in. Ghost is sitting down with 19 kills, and actually, I'm afraid that Ghost might be beating the kill death ratio of Jackie from the previous game. I'm pretty sure he'll be having a better KD than Jackie. Right now, he's currently standing, of course, more than 1 KD, and that's an obvious one. But looks like Enigma Gaming has been the push, but as he managed to get a kill, and right now he's trying to go against, and one player has already been beaten. I pretty much feel like that one player was on the screens and he gets taken down. Enigma Ghost gets one. As he gets one, it's the last 2 players standing down for Demigods. But it is the question as Viper goes down, and so does Furio. That puts 11th round on board for Enigma Gaming.
Last round in the half.
Ghost has a KD of 3 right now, 21 kills. All right, has he even used his Blade Storm so far that he has had since like what, the second, third round? I don't think he has used the Blade Storm. Maybe once. I have no clue. But yeah, right now everyone from Enigma Gaming putting good performances. One could make the argument that GodVex and Hika don't have a lot of kills, but then again, look, when Ghost is doing almost all of the heavy lifting, you don't need everyone to perform in the same manner. A few people can be falling behind, they just need to use their purpose to get kills. But speaking of the Blade Storm, Ghost has decided to use that very ultimate. He'll be looking to get some kills, pushing into towards side. Badman, 1 kill. Badman, 2nd kill. Looking for more. Hika pushes the right, easy as well. Everyone just diving collapses like a house of cards from Demigods Gaming. There goes the Hunter's Fury as well from GodVexy. The only person surviving is going to be Raze, and yeah, Ghost is there to finish things off with the operator. And that is it. 12 rounds gone. The first half over, and Demigods Gaming, unless God himself arrives to help Demigods win, I don't think there is any way Demigods are winning this game right now. Enigma Gaming most likely, they've gone with this match. Now the question is, can they start, or can Demigods start off with a good pistol round? So yeah, that's the only question, unfortunately. But I think Enigma, this is it. This is going to be the final round, and we'll be ending our day with 13-0 most likely.
Yep. And also on the other hand, we have both the top fraggers from the team. Phantom with 4 kills and Ghost with 23. I guess Ghost has already beaten down the score coming in from Jackie with 22 kills and 7 deaths. And Ghost is looking in for more. He might actually be outplaying Jackie with more than a 3.1 KD. And Phantom very disappointed by the performance coming in from Demigods. Not an absolute single round. Looks like it's going to be a B hit coming through, and Batman is going to be playing a little aggressively as he puts the molly down. He spots one of the players. He gets a double down B, and he gets taken down at the same time as Frostbite immediately goes for the trade. GodVexy gets another one. I guess it's pretty much done and productive right now. Left in a 1 vs 4 situation. And there you go. Hika's eventually gonna get last 2 kills, and that's the end of round of 32, ladies and gentlemen. With Enigma Gaming putting an entire shutdown against Demigods Gaming. I'm quite impressed by the way Enigma Gaming has performed today, and Enigma Ghost will be putting out another what would I say, another record in our KD right now. It was Jackie with 22 kills and 7 deaths. Today we have Ghost 23 kills and 7 deaths, and you know what, both the records were created on the same day. We just saw the previous game, Jackie putting out a good show, and now we see Ghost putting up the good show. And I already talked about Ghost before we even started the match. Ghost is that one player who sits down in the front line for the team, gets as many frags as he can. He's the one who also supports the team, and you know, has the responsibility. I really feel a lot of responsibility on him, and of course Ghost is going to be one of the biggest reason that Enigma Gaming is walking away with the win right now. And with that said and done, we have successfully completed all the 3 matches, and I'm looking forward
Yeah.
for the MVP.
I think there's a big mystery who the MVP will be. I don't think there's a clear answer by any margin. Not one player that got like 23 kills. Pff, can't be them. No, no, no. But okay, yeah, all jokes aside, yeah, most likely Ghost is going to be the MVP. The question is the other players, their performances. I am still thinking about Demigods and their performance because unfortunately there weren't a lot of kills on board. Towards the end, we saw in the player cards as well that their top fraggers had around 4-5 kills, which, to be honest, isn't the best performances. Demigods a lot to improve from their side. Arguably, yes, they were matched up against one of the best teams in the region so far. So that's why they were already at a big disadvantage and they had to make a comeback. But yeah, because of that, just not the good performances. Hopefully later on, in the next time we see them, we'll be seeing good performances. As right now, for now, let's bring up the MVP scorecard because I have to see a Demigods. But more importantly, what is the exact KD of Ghost? It's going to be 3.3.
3.3
That's
KD.
That's a new record.
It's just not the record for KD, it's also a record for average
Yes.
comeback score. I don't expect any of the professional players out there in India to be having 511 ACS in a competitive match, and especially in a platform like EPS. Wow. Ghost has created a double record right now, and following him, we have Badman and Izzy getting tied up with 13 kills each. We have Hika with 9 and Godbexy with 8, and that is a very proud moment for Ghost right now, putting all the players below. I mean, I am talking about all the other players who've created the records and standing tall right now, as we have Phantom as the MVP coming in from Demigod with 4 kills and 0.3 KD and 143 ACS. Well, I would say it was not really a day for Demigods Gaming. I know they would be surely disappointed with their performance, and they will like to, improve themselves. Definitely, they have to improve themselves. I'm pretty sure they have learned a lot from Enigma Gaming, the way they put the stats down, the way everything they do. Well, we knew for a fact that Enigma Gaming was good on the paper. So, with that said and done, we have finished day number 3. And why don't you take us through a quick recap of what happened today? I
It
mean,
was
it was
quite
a
quick.
quick
Yeah.
day and we had interesting
Yep.
matches.
Yes, we started off with Velocity Gaming showcasing their new roster with MW1 playing the Jet on the map of Icebox 13-2. We then moved on to Rebellious Gaming versus Insignia yet again on the map of Icebox 13-3. Rebellious Gaming, yet another dominating performance from their side. And then we moved on. A lot of map diversity today. I really love to see so many maps. And Icebox was our final map as well. But Enigma Gaming, they made it really interesting with a 13-0 win against Demigods Gaming. Ghost, stunning performance from their side. All of these teams, they'll be moving on into their respective matchups in the round of 16s. Really excited to see Enigma Gaming. They'll be playing against the winners of the offline match that is happening right now between Team Fangs and Weird Esports. For the side of Velocity Gaming as well, because these are big name teams, and we still have even more big name teams that we saw early on, but I'd like to see them even further. I'm talking about Samurai Esports, I'm talking about Force One, and of course we have Enigma Gaming as well that we just witnessed. So a lot of matches that took place. That concludes our round of 32s. Now only 16 more teams remain, and they'll be heading into the final best of 1 hurdle. Each of these 16 teams will be playing one final match. If they can secure that victory, well, then they'll be moving forward to the land of best of 3s and best of 5s, where things will get a little easy for them. However, for all of us viewers, things have been interesting, things are interesting, and they will keep on being more and more interesting. For now, this was the round of 32 play day number 6 of the Esportz Premier Series, presented by Josh app, powered by Hell Energy Drink. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been the real CCV alongside Elka FTW. Make sure you subscribe to the esports.in follow the esports.in Instagram, subscribe to their channel, because you don't want to miss today's highlights. I personally, I'll be clicking the notification bell, having it on my screen, having it saved, a reminder as well, just so I can rewatch and relive all of the insane moments and insane clutches that took place. But if you want to keep on watching more insane, please tune in tomorrow at the same time. Till then, we'll be taking our goodbyes. Thank you for watching. We'll meet you tomorrow.
है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।